In this exercise, we are given a file called budgie that contains a budget for purchasing all the materials necessary to build a cage for a budgie. Each line corresponds to one item, and a comma separates the name of the item from its price. We'll use this file to go through each of the code fragments and reason about what the programs are doing. When reading from a file, it's useful to think of it as a stream that we move through as we're reading. Imagine a cursor that indicates our current position and advances through the file as we're reading from it. When we open the file, the cursor is positioned at the top of the file. In the first code fragment, after opening the file budgie the for loop iterates over every entry in the file and prints the line in the body of the for loop. As we read from the file, imagine the cursor as it's advancing, indicating the next line to be read by our program. Indeed, if we execute the code, we see that it prints every line in the file in order. The second code fragment is slightly different. After opening the file, the second line in the program, fReadLine, reads the first line of the file up to the first new line character. However, because we are not assigning the line to a variable or doing anything with it, like printing, the line is effectively skipped over. Thus, by the time we reach the for loop that iterates over the rest of the lines in the file, our cursor is already pointing to the second line in the file. As a result, when we run the code will print every line except the first line in the file. The third code fragment is similar to the second one, except now there's a call to fReadLine inside the for loop. Let's run the code and see what it does. The code prints every other line of the text file. Let's see why that is. When we open the file, our cursor points to the beginning of the file. We start iterating over all the lines in the file and print the current line in the body of the for loop. However, just like in the second fragment, calling fReadLine reads another line from the file, advancing the cursor forward, but does not assign the line to a variable or print it, so the line is effectively skipped. The final code fragment is a bit different. Let's run it and see what it does. The code only prints out the first line of the file. The readLines function returns a list containing all the lines in the file in the order that they appear in the file. As such, printing just a line at index 0 in the list will print out only the first line in the file.